I'm Lasith and I'm 12. I was born on May 14, 2010, just 98 years after the Tasmanian tiger was last seen. As I continued my journey through childhood, I noticed something rather similar between me and the Tasmanian tiger. And no, it wasn't that we both had pretty similar personalities, but it's the fact that we were both misunderstood. You see, ever since I joined my primary school, I've been bullied for one main thing, and that being my height. Ever since I entered my old school, a couple of people have bullied me just because I'm too young to be in that grade and because of my height. But since I entered a new school, I have found out that there are many kind and compassionate people who have helped me deal with the past horrors of being a victim of bullying. But ever since that scene, I've been wondering if there are many other people in this world who are being bullied just like me because of their differences. You see, just like I was misunderstood, the Tasmanian tiger was misunderstood because of its looks, and this became a key component in its extinction. The Tasmanian tiger is a creature that lived in northern New Guinea to southern Tasmania. Even though the name has the word tiger in it, it really is a wolf, and this became one of the main reasons it was misunderstood. You see, the European settlers misinterpreted the Tasmanian tiger as a tiger because of the stripes on its back. But it wasn't as vicious as a tiger. In fact, it was a calm and peaceful creature. The second reason the thylacine went extinct will shock you. Tasmanian tigers were hunted down by European settlers who thought the creatures were after their livestock, or more specifically, sheep. The threat to sheep was overblown. Instead, it is more probable that poor livestock management and stray dogs were to blame for the losses the farmers were experiencing. But instead of looking deep into the issue, they just blamed the Tasmanian tiger. A famous researcher of the Tasmanian tiger, Minister John West, quoted, "The thylacine kills sheep, but it confines its attack to one per time, and by any means isn't as destructive as the domestic dog gone wild or the dingo of Australia, who both wreak havoc in a single night." He even went on to say that this creature, so highly interesting to the zoologists, will soon become extinct. And he was spot on. He quoted this in 1850, in the brink of the Tasmanian tiger's extinction. But in an ironic twist, studies in 2011 challenged the conveying picture of the thylacine as a sheep serial killer, saying that it was in fact a regular predator of tiny kangaroos and opossums. The third and final reason the Tasmanian tiger went extinct was because its population was small and isolated onto the island of Tasmania, thus leading to inbreeding and reduced genetic diversity, making it more susceptible to disease and environmental changes. This graph just shows the extent of their extinction. At first, you can see that their population was steadily increasing, but then you see a sudden drop. This was right about the time the first European settlers came to Tasmania to colonize it. The government even issued annual bounties for the deaths of the Tasmanian tiger. I have gone to the depth of the Tasmanian tiger, but all I have to say is that many people tend to judge a book by its cover. And like some of you, I have seen it and experienced it myself. You see, I have a friend named Elisha, who is the same age as me, the same height as me, and is also in the same grade as me. And we were both being bullied for the same reason, that being that we were too short for that specific grade and because we were too young. But we did not take those comments into consideration. We just destroyed them with our smartness. If there's one lesson the Tasmanian Tiger taught me, it's that throughout your life, many people will discriminate you, but you need to learn to keep moving forward. I'm saying this because even though many people kept on killing the Tasmanian tiger, it withstood it and lived until the last of its species died out. Even famous humanitarian leaders such as Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King Jr. were being discriminated throughout their life, but they did not take a single comment into consideration and went on to become some of the most impactful people in the history of mankind. If there's one thing I want you all to learn from this speech, it is to never, ever judge a book by its cover. Thank you.